What up, boys? Welcome to a maybe sort of balance change video. This may or may not be the quickest video I've ever done in my life, but we're gonna go through it real quick because there's not really much here to unpack. Clone and heal radius has gone up by 1 tile. Cool, these cards still suck in how they work, so I'm not really bothered about this. Minions and minion horde added 0.15 second deploy time between each minion, so minions are going to be deployed 0.45 seconds slower, and horde 0.9 seconds, so it's a nerf in how quickly their damage comes in, which is probably what a horde needs, so it's a good nerf, but Barbarian Barrel, area damage plus 17%, doesn't change anything because Barb Barrel just still is bad. Jump or dash range, minimum range, standardized to 3.5 tiles. So Mega Knight now engages as quickly as a bandit does, which is a cool buff. Charge up distance, standardized to 3.5. So Ram actually gets a buff from this by half a tile. Prince gets nerfed by a tile, and so does Dark Prince. So it's nerfing both princes, but buffing Ram, which is sort of what they needed. Mirror will no longer be in the opening hand, which is a really cool one. I agree with that. Magic Archer is just a bug fix. It will no longer extend its range to accidentally wake up the king, which is, it's a bug, it should be fixed anyway, I'm not going to give credit for this. Same with the buildings, will no longer occasionally stop shooting on the edge of their range. Cool. So, that's all of the changes. So I looked at these earlier and I'm like, what? Where are the changes? This increases radius, okay, that's a change. This is deploy time, okay, that's a change. This is area damage, okay, that's a change. But this doesn't change anything. This doesn't change anything. And these are all new standardizations. And then this is just something that should have happened anyway. And these are bug fixes. So to me, we had, what, 2 important changes here? I've really, we didn't need a balance change now. Maybe to Rascals and that's it. That's all you really need to touch. But really, all you needed to do was pick a few bad cards and buff them up. Bring new cards into the meta. Instead, you've just touched the cards that we've already seen touched quite a bunch. Like, if we look at both of the princes, if we look at Bandit, Mega Knight, and Barb Barrel, these have all been changed quite a bit, and especially recently. So, whilst I've been in support of the last 2 balance changes, this one is it's sort of You didn't change the game. I look at this and I go, okay, but what changes? Because we're just going to have the same meta. Maybe Mega Knight gets a bit better. Okay, cool, that changes a few things. Maybe Prince gets a bit worse, but okay, it's still usable. Same with Dark Prince. There's such minor changes that it doesn't really change much. And I know they say, oh, we're doing balances to balance the game and not to be like, oh, here's a new meta, but I think that's what we need balance changes for. If we get updates, as regularly as we have been getting them, I think balance changes are, really necessary to keep the game actually fresh, and I think balance changes like this that don't change anything are sort of just overlooked. It's sort of how updates worked for Supercell. They went on, a madness at the start of the game. They were just updating left, right, and center, and it was crazy, right? It was, every month. And then it slowed down. It went to every 3 months. And the updates gradually got worse. Well, that's sort of what we've seen, right? At the start, balance changes were huge. And we're seeing them, every month. And then they slowed it down. They were like, we don't need them every so often. We'll do them every 2 months or so. Or they just said when we needed them, but it ended up being, every 2 months. And now they've started to get less and less. And I feel like it's maybe just because we just had a balance change not too long ago, but I don't think that's a reason for complacency or for laziness in the balance changes. I still think, again, you could nerf what needs to be nerfed, e.g. Rascals, and then buff a load of other cards that could be fun. Buff Bomber, that card needs a buff. Barbarians, I know you just sort of hit them, but it didn't really do much, etc, etc. All of these bad cards, I'd like to see buffed. I'd like to see actually balanced, because these cards, these were all focused on recently, and you didn't really change much. And I'm surprised I got all of that rant off in one thought process. Usually I script all my videos because I am not good at talking, but that was not scripted. Be proud of me, comments. Anyway, yeah, that's all for this video. Sorry it's out a little bit late. I've actually just taken today off because after I made the Knight and Valkyrie video and it didn't render properly, I just got ultra triggered at making videos. I was like, this video hates me. And yeah, I just sort of took today off. But that's why it's a little bit late, and I've just decided to sit down for 10 minutes and record this now. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and I guess subscribe and all of that good shiz. Let me know how you feel about this. Maybe I'll do a poll, I don't really know what I'll put on it, but, yeah, boys.